and also build a government that makes people happy. Now, let us look at what did they say that made people to follow, to say, look, we'll vote for them. Now, does it accord with what we want? And if it accords, let us work in such a way that we bring every Nigerian, every person to the table. Let me congratulate His Excellency Mr. President and the governing APC and those in government, because thus far, the statements that are made by His Excellency Mr. President, the statements that are made by functionaries of government have not been inflammatory, have not been inciting. It's not been like saying, go to hell. It's not been like, who are you? It's not been as, oh, I've defeated you. It's been, look, it was a contest, we're brothers, let's come together to the table, and so on. Let's like run a government and make it, make the people not happy.
Fine. Ayobami, let's come to you. And yes, victory has been won.
Yeah.
But the president says, time to roll up the sleeves and give it all. Yeah. That suggests that there's a lot of work ahead.
Yeah. Once again, I want to congratulate the president. Like we were discussing before we came on air, he has been a father to all. His statement has been, his comment generally and his demeanor throughout this election has been pitch perfect. I mean, why you can't say any human being is perfect apart from God, he has made the right statement, put in the right body language to show that he's eventually the father to everybody, whether to the contestant alongside himself, to those who won with him and those who lost. So yes, after winning, what next? The work should now be done. What are the jobs that need to be done? I think in the past few days, our stock exchange has gone through some very difficult times. But if you look at it vis-a-vis what has happened in the global market, we are not isolated really. But what we now need to do is put our house in order, let the international community realize that we are a stable democracy that they can trust, so that people can bring in money, both foreign direct investment, local investors, and everything. Fortunately, I saw a news today about our bonds doing extremely well. So, which means people have seen that the election has come and gone. All the dooms and gloom that were predicted did not come to pass. So, Nigeria is now being seen as a more mature democracy than we were. We didn't go to war after election. Rather, people who might feel aggrieved will likely go to court, which is the right thing to do in a civilized society. So if people go to court, rather than create unnecessary chaos, then investors, business people will be confident, because for me, it's about the economy. And the economy will only do well when people realize that you are a stable economy, you are a stable democracy. They are sure that there will be no unnecessary shock that is going to erode confidence and then make put their investment in jeopardy. So I think the work that needs to be done now is to look at those areas. I mean, the places the government have been doing extremely well, they should just push harder. And those areas where things have not been as it should be, they should work harder, because truly Nigerians voted for this government based on promises that, look, we have tried this much, we are taking it to the next level. So Nigerians want to see that next level in every area of their life, in the economy, in security, in corruption fighting, because those are the tripod upon which this government has been built. So Nigerians want to see that next level. So I think those are the areas I think the government should look into: the economy, build more security, so that some of the small problems we've been facing, I mean, we've tried, the government have really tried, but we still need to do better. You can never clear up military and security issues, but at least the job that has been done, we need to push harder, motivate our military men more, because truly they've been stretched, but they need to push further, so that we'll have, people will not invest in an economy where there is no stability, especially security stability. So those are the things we need to work on, and things have been done. We just want to see more. So congratulations to everybody.
All right, today 28 million plus votes, 15 million plus on one side, another 11 million on the other side. But at the end of the day, it's not about the votes, it's not about who has won or lost. This president is the president of Nigeria, not even just of the voters, not those who even cast their ballots. So, what should he be doing beyond accepting the endorsement for another 4 years in office?
Well, Cyril, it's said that uneasy lies the head that wears the crown. It's been coronated. We'll have the coronation ceremony maybe May 29 or June 12, whichever one is appropriate now. But I think he has his work cut out for him. And with people like distinguished Senator Itaena as his able lieutenants, and several other individuals who have worked assiduously with him in the last 3.5 years. One thing I've seen with the president is actually that he's not very quick to change people. The cabinet has been very stable. You didn't see people stay 6 months, 1 year, and then he throws them out, except for those who resigned of their own accord, maybe to pursue political interests or not. So it's now consolidation, time to consolidate. The good thing for this president is actually that he doesn't have to learn on the job. It's come prepared. He's been former head of state, former governor, former military administrator, former,
Minister of Petroleum.
Whatever anybody can be in public service, he's been it. So he has the job cut out. It's just for his lieutenants not to disappoint him and not to disappoint Nigeria, because a tree does not make a forest. He may have won this election on the platform of integrity, on the platform of anti-corruption, but if those around him, kitchen cabinet, do not share his worldview about what needs to be done, next level can be positive, it can be negative. So we are looking at positive next level, like my brother Ayobami has said, next level of economy, prosperity, more jobs for people, reduction in unemployment, significant reduction anyway, and security. We want to sleep with our eyes closed, not, with apprehension. We want all the IDP camps to be closed down and people going back to their homes and to their work. Because that is what next level should mean for me. When we close down all of the IDP camps and everybody is back to their homestead, doing their own trade, farming, whatever artisanship that you are doing, you can't do it. Then next level for me is about improving the public infrastructure, social infrastructure. If we can get the electricity, to maybe 15,000, 20,000 megawatts in the next 4 years, we will have gotten somewhere significant. Because no matter how much government tries, it can't employ everybody that needs job. So we need the private sector, and the way private, and one key thing that needs to be acted on, that needs to be worked on by its economic team, is ease of doing business in truth and in deed, such that people who could not be employed by public, by different levels of government, can aspire to start their own small business enterprises and prosper in it, so that they are able to help government to take off more people out of the unemployment market.
All right. So, Peter, what image should this president give out now? What should be the presidential image? One of the things this president had going for him in the campaigns was that people said they looked at him and said, this is a man who has integrity. This is a man who's not going to run away with the, with the public till. Yeah. So, these 4 years will be started soon. What should be the...
Okay, thank you very much. I would like to start by, before I talk about the image, the reputation thing, let's talk about reconciliation, talk about compensation, talk about prosecution. Reconciliation, because some people are grieved. Okay, now what can we do so that we can work with them? What can we do so that the country will work as one? I spoke, was it on Sunday, and I said one major challenge I have with democracy is that it allows somebody to win the election. Then the guy who loses the election begins to look for how to scatter what you're doing.
Okay.
by the nature of our country, by the fact that where we are now, I think all we need is that let all the hands be on the desk, and everybody is working to carry Nigeria up there. But when you have some people building, some scattering,
pulling and pushing,
that's my challenge with democracy.
Okay.
So
we'll
reconciliation is very
yes.
important, so that we don't have that.
Okay, fine. The other points you made, we'll return to those ones. You just talked about reconciliation, but we'll come back to the other points which you enumerated.
Okay.
But first, at this point, let's go over to our Lagos Network Center. And yes, Jennifer Igwe is sitting in tonight. Jennifer, let's hear you from the Lagos end and how it's been like after the presentation of the certificate of return to the president-elect.
Yes, welcome to the Lagos Network Center studios of Nigeria Decide. Now, reactions have continued to trail the win of the president, and many Nigerians are optimistic that his win will bring about new development and take the nation to a new level. And that is our focus today in the studio. And to discuss this, I have with me Dr. Segun Bolarinwa, an associate professor of the Associate Professor of International Relations of the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, and Sheye Banjoko, a legal practitioner. But before we start with our discussion in the studio, I have this report that talked about Lagos residents have been celebrating the victory of President Muhammadu Buhari at the just concluded polls, challenging him to deliver on his electoral promises of creating more jobs for the teeming population. Nosa Usula reports.
It was jubilation galore for the Hausa community at Teduosho area of Lagos as they reacted to the victory of President Muhammadu Buhari.
The glory be to Allah, and we thank God for the victory.
Lagos State Chairman of the All Progressives Congress described President Muhammadu Buhari's victory as a testimony of how he is appreciated for bringing about positive changes in Nigeria.
Since our victory in 2015, we have shown that we are better in terms of management, in terms of planning, in terms of managing the economy and cleansing the society. Cleansing the society in terms of recovering loot and dealing with corrupt cases. We have shown clearly that we are different from them.
Some Lagos residents also described his victory as well-deserved.
From the diaspora, I came precisely from UK, and we came down here to vote, actually, and then luckily everything went well with us. We are very, very, very happy. We in the diaspora, we have been looking forward to this. Majority of us are tired of living abroad. We want to come back home.
I'm one of the happiest men on earth today, seeing that President Buhari is being re-elected as the president of Nigeria. This is the only way we can continue the progress.
I'm excited and I feel so happy about his victory. It gives me good feeling that he has won.
I'm happy, and what everybody expected that Buhari should win.
They urged the president to keep up the good work and justify the confidence reposed in him. In Lagos, Nosa Usula, NTA News.
Well, that report tells the mood in Lagos, for instance. Many Nigerians are excited and happy that the president was re-elected. But what do you think should be his focus now he's back?
For me, I would think that the focus should be on reconciliation and reform. Reconciliation because the election season threw up quite a lot of deep divides in people. You know, politically speaking, people were on two sides, and, you know, over the period, because of how important people felt these elections were, people were really very divided. And so there's a requirement to reconcile all these people. Like we've heard, the president is the president of the whole nation. He's a statesman and father of the whole nation. Not just the people who vote for him, not just for the people who are from a particular ethnic group, nothing of the sort.
I like the part of his speech where he said he was taking everyone along.
Yes, I think that was...
So it's important he made that emphasis.
Yes, yes, I think so too.
Yeah, so, Prof, what's your view?
Well, of course, the best thing is that the people have expressed their will, and they have also shown the love for the president, and that's why he has been re-elected. And that victory is very sweet for him, for us, and for those people out there. Even the international media have started reporting that, at least, other than the little skirmishes or pockets of violence around, the election went well, and the people are happy. Again, the president explicitly made it clear in his speech, in his acceptance speech, that it's for everybody, and he's going to take everybody along. Not only that, he said that we'll sit down to work instantly, that there won't be any delay any longer. It's going to take up everything. The economy will move on to the next level. Of course, he has been able to do very well in the past 4 years to have laid the foundation. The Japanese will say, no one builds his house from the roof. Every house is built from the foundation.
What areas?
So now he's going to build on the economy that he has done, or that he has been building for the past 4 years. So there will be consolidation. Not only that, he's going to now also bring in other sectors of the economy to move ahead. For example, in the past 1-2 years, you can see the accelerated development in the area of rail transport.
Which is what I wanted to ask, that if you want to say, in your opinion, what areas do you think he achieved a lot that made people to vote for him?
I cannot answer for the people who voted for him. And I would refrain from saying or giving my opinion on what I think the president has done better at. What I can, however, talk about is where I feel that more emphasis should be laid in the coming years. Power remains a very important requirement for the country, because industrialization is dependent to a large extent on power supply. So the improvements in power supply